Well, we got lucky here. We got a match right away. This is Maddie with Just for Fun. We're going to play some Mono Black Control and Pauper. Um, let's wish our opponent a fun game. And let's see what kind of hand we draw. We won the die roll. Yeah, this looks like a keeper. Nice. Friendly opponent, yep. As Pauper players tend to be. Let's play this tapped. Gives away a lot of information, I suppose. But yeah, the on-color cycling lands I think are pretty powerful. You know, pretty good effect to have in your deck as anti-flood measures. Okay, gain life. See, those I think are great. Those are really going to affect the format, these lands, and I need to update my decks with them. These are really good. Okay, we drew Spectre there. That's nice. So, blue-black makes me think he's probably on either Trinket Mage or there's just like blue-black value kind of with either Mystical Teachings is a deck. And there's also the deck with Muldrifters and Undying Evil, which is a deck that I have too. So it could be something like that. Just Dimir good stuff. So let's see what we get with our rats here. Most likely this will just be his worst card, right? Or a land, extra land, something like that. Ooh, Counterspell. That was a good get. I'm surprised. He probably doesn't have double blue then. I don't know why else he would ditch that. Okay, so he does have double blue, but it was going to take him another turn to get there. So this is good for us because that means we can... here I'm going to just play the Spectre, and that'll not only increase our clock, but it'll make him ditch another card here. I think that's better than drawing more. Right now I have enough stuff to do, so I kind of like to save the draw spells until I don't have stuff left to do, you know? Spectre coming in the cloak and hoodie, riding on some kind of evil Drake. Looking all like coming from Mordor and stuff. Brainstorm, okay. Yeah, Brainstorm legal and Pauper. Like high power level cards here. So maybe, you know, Counterspell, Brainstorm, this is like blue-black control more. So maybe it's just like a different version of what we're playing. As you know, if you've watched any of my vids, you know I like to play monocolored decks. I have a preference for that. In general, 2 is fine also, but and I do have, I mean, obviously I have some decks with more colors than that, but really I hate losing the mana screw or color screw, you know, and so just playing monocolored decks really helps with that. I think it's a big advantage. So opponent has a bunch of counter magic here, so we have to be wary of that. Like, especially if we ever want to play this corrupt we have in our hand, we don't want to get blown out by a counterspell. But so far, we're up against an empty board. An opponent playing all these tapped lands is not really helping him. Evolving Wilds, okay, so I'm thinking he's probably playing Treasure Cruise. You know, I would. So he does have double blue up for a counterspell, so we can keep that in mind. Okay, we drew another 2-drop. Unfortunately, it's not an effective one at the moment. So I don't know if I lead on Sign in Blood or Rager, or if I do nothing. I think I'll lead on Sign in Blood. This way, if we draw another Sign in Blood or another Rats or something, we can play that. Let's see if he counters this. Okay, counterspell is fine. I'm fine with that because I feel like we're pretty far ahead already. I mean, I know his life total is still pretty high, but we have a removal spell. We have another card draw effect. Like, I don't need to play anything else, so... Geth's Verdict. Okay. Opponent really stretching his mana base here. Okay. What's this? Treasure Cruise? Wow. That's a thing. It's legal in Pauper. It's back up to 5 cards here. Gray Merchant is nice. So all of a sudden I can go from being pretty far off to being pretty close to killing him. It's just a ton of reach, you know? I'm assuming that's going to come down and hit for 5, you know, that's a pretty big drain. Thinking to sideboard, Duress and Wrench Mine are all coming in against this guy. Preordain. Yeah, so this guy's deck is mono cantrips, right? Cantrips and counter spells. 1 removal spell so far. I wonder what his endgame is. What he chose as his threat. Something I've been tossing around is Benthic Giant. It's actually pretty hard to deal with, you know. Might be a good endgame kind of dude. Alright, so we missed the land drop, which kind of sucks. So maybe we can get one of these Sign in Bloods to resolve, which will be more likely if opponent taps mana here for some kind of removal spell or something. Nope. Alright, so again, not the end of the world if he counters this. In fact, I'm kind of happy to get more counters out of his hand because I'd rather he counter this than a creature. Mana Leak is okay. That's fine. Okay, and then we hit our land drop. Next turn we can play Chittering Rats, up our devotion count even more, and, you know, hopefully just annoy our opponent. Opponent still hasn't played a threat. Still got 4 cards in hand though, which is a little annoying, but Treasure Cruise will do that to you. Okay, another Rats, that's nice. Yeah, I'm not going to play the Gray Merchant into open mana with that many cards, but the Rats I'm fine with playing that. Because he still hasn't stabilized, really. I mean, I'm whacking him for 4 a turn here. He's only got a couple turns left to do something. Go ahead, counter it. That's fine. It's 1 more counter out of your hand. What you got, bro? You got like a flash creature. Forbidden Alchemy. Okay. That's a good cruise enabler. Digging for something. Chainer's Edict in the bin. Cruise in the bin. I'm not sure I would bin Cruise, and so he must have another one in his hand. Binning Chainer's Edict is pretty decent. Synergy there, but it's not enough. And still no threat out of him. Okay. Okay, another rat. He's down to 2 cards in hand. Alchemy, okay. So you're looking for another counterspell here. And clearly he has a bunch he could hit here, playing Power Sink, Mana Leak, Negate. Wow. A lot of interesting mix of counterspells. Oh, doesn't hit one. Card gets put back on top. I haven't seen what his win condition is yet. Maybe he's just playing Crusher at 8, but you know, that's not going to be good enough against my deck, because I can just straight up Victim of Night it. Can 1/8/7 that, bro. It's an interesting deck. I mean, it's not a bad deck. He's playing a ton of powerful cards. It's just really dirtily. With Tom Hippie with the Durdles in effect. So now Resolved Grey Merchant is lethal. So, and he's only got 1 card in hand. Oh, wait. Let your ability resolve first, bro. Preordain, okay. Alright, so it's pretty likely... I don't know. Does he hit a counterspell off of this? Does he try to hit another cruise? If he hits a cruise, that's big game. Guess Verdict, okay. That's fine. So now Grey Merchant isn't stone cold lethal. Swamp is. Okay, another Grey Merchant is nice. That's big game. Shout out Conley Woods. Big game. Alright, let's attack. And let's Grey Merchant. Puts him down to 1. And he's on top decks here. You know, that said, he's got a lot of card draw, so he might have a way out of this. He can flash back an Edict to kill one of my guys. But sometimes they just don't have it. Okay, so what do we want? Well, we want these wrench mines and these duress. So I think we're gonna take out those oubliettes, the witches. Tempting to. I want to keep some removal because I don't know what. You know, his. I didn't see what his finisher was. Want to take out the corrupts. Let's take out 1 verdict. That leaves me with 5 answers to like a crusher or, you know, whatever else he could have. I mean, with all those cantrips and card draw and stuff, I mean, I don't know, it's so hard to play blue and not play Mauldrifter because it's threat, it draws cards, you know, but it doesn't seem like the right deck for it. That said, oh, our Miser's Bajuka Bog is going to come in handy here. Yeah, this isn't this isn't the best, but I'm gonna keep it. We're on the draw, and we do have this Sign in Blood here. If that resolves, you know, but I'd really have loved to have Duress or Wrench in my opening hand. Those get a lot worse as top decks, you know. But the removal clearly wasn't doing a lot. That Victim of Night sat in my hand the whole time, and he drew, you know, about half his deck. So I think here, okay. Do I go for Sign in Blood even though I might have to discard? Yeah, I think that's fine. Use it as kind of like a loot. Alright, so we have 2 of these. Do we need 2? Not really. Do I need all these lands? Yeah. And the threats are all, you know, there, so I'm gonna get rid of, what do I discard here? Maybe it's Barrenmore. Maybe it's Rats. No, I want to have a couple threats. I definitely want this swamp and this Bajuka Bog. Keep them off cruising at least a little bit. I don't need it yet, but I only have the one in the deck. Sorry guys for tanking on this a little bit. I'm gonna discard Victim, because it's possible his whatever his threat is will have hexproof or something. There's no like elixir of immortality kind of effect in Pauper, so that's not his, like he's not trying to just mill us out here. Although obviously that would be a bit of a nombo with Treasure Cruise anyway. Gonna go for the Rats here. I'm sure it'll be countered. He's got oodles of counter spells, but that's okay. I'm not terribly worried about that. Now, since we drew a swamp, I can... Oh, he missed the land drop, which is bad in a way, because that means he has more counter spells. Okay, we can go swamp, cycle Barrenmore. Wrenchmind is nice. For the purpose of mana efficiency, I'm gonna play the Spectre, and then if it gets counterspelled, it did its job anyway. And I still have one more, so it's not like I'll be totally out of threats. But I'd rather that gets countered than the Wrenchmind. I'd like to hit him with that if that's at all possible. But it looks like he's just leaving up counters for days here. Yeah, so let me go with Wrenchmind first here. And then if he counters that, I can play the Spectre. So we got him a little bit there. He probably has some kind of edict or something in his hand. Okay, that's not the worst thing to discard. Oh, what's he got? Disfigure? Yeah. Alright, so that kind of sucks. And here, I can't even... Now if he has Cruise, this turn I'm in trouble, but nope. Okay, that's good. So at least we get to do this to him and put him off Cruise. Some next level stuff right there. But again, I mean, we have the same amount of cards, more or less. And you know, he still just has 0 threats, so cycle this. Okay, duress might resolve. That'll give us a hint what's going on. Not sure why you would counter this. Oh, brainstorm. Okay, that's slick. Hide some stuff. Counter it. Fine. I'm fine trading duress for counterspell. That's fine with me. It's probably something I would have taken anyway. I mean, obviously, if you had a card draw spell, that would be better to take, but... Ooh, God, that's a beating. Not much I can do about that, and now his path is clear. So, obviously, we boarded in a similar style. That's not something I wanted to draw. Come on, no more lands, deck. End of turn, brainstorm. Which goes good with it. If he's playing brainstorm, he should be playing Evolving Wilds and Terramorphic Expanse, and maybe not the backwaters. You know, just have more shuffle effects. I think that would be a better combination and fuel delve further. So that's a tweak I would make to his deck. And here comes a cruise. And he's probably just going to pull way ahead here. Okay, at least I'll get to get something down. This is not the optimal Gray Merchant, but it's a creature. Yeah, maybe I could have held it, but now that I know he's got Wrench Mines, I don't want to do that. Okay. So, back to square one again. Ugh, control matchups I know are not the most interesting thing to watch. Oh man, see. Nah, I can't play it, right? I mean, if he discards me, you know, whatever. But if I play it, you know, he'll either counter it or remove it, because that's all his deck is: counter, removal, card draw, and no cards that actually do anything. Like, so I don't really want to cast it into all that open mana. This is annoying. Still flooding out really bad here. This is not a good example of how this deck works. Okay. He's just got all this selection to grab all these, I mean, that's how you go over the top in Control, right? Just have everything. Chainer's Edict is an annoying bin. I can't see binning Cruise. Like, I guess he had to take something else to keep himself alive here. If he Wrench Minds me, I might concede. As to not reveal the Shinobi. What is this, blue? Sometime today, bro. Oh god, he's cruising again. Jeez. Opponent drawing all the cards, but doing nothing. This is like Durdle Factory deck. Like, I mean, yeah, it seems like a control deck, but it's, I don't know. What's the point? Like, that's not playing Magic to me. Like, Do something. Come on. Alright, well, at least that cycles. Can't counter that. Okay, not what I want. I mean, it's good in case he actually does play something. But there's been no evidence of a something in his deck. I don't know where the win is. Oh, and he delved his flashback spells. Oh, come on. No more lands, please. Okay. Further alchemical exploration. Oh, he does have the expanse. Okay. I stand corrected. A lot of thinning, a lot of draw here, bud. Are you gonna deck yourself before you have a win? I mean, his hand is full though, so maybe he's trying to get his threat and counter magic. And I'm just gonna draw every land in my deck. 23 lands in the deck. 1, 2, 3, 10. Drawn 13 out of 23. Wrench Mind. Okay. I might regret that if he finally plays his threat now, but he's not going to. Okay, that I can definitely just throw out there. Okay. He's running low on cards and time. We're winning on that respect. We're probably losing this game, but like I don't know. Like he hasn't show me a win. Show me something, bro. It's like eventually something will stick. Or it won't. Is that like the 15th counter spell? Come on. This is brutal. Curse of the Blood. Really? That's your win condition? Oh my god. That is just so lame. Oh man. Can I like always yield to this? Alright. What are you doing? You're power sinking me for 6? Or 5? Ah, see, that is better than it looks because I have to tap the mana and empty my mana pool. Okay. So I might as well pay for it. It kept me from casting 2 things this turn, I guess. Means he didn't have a hard counter. Okay. Mana leak. He could have mana leaked first and then power sank, and that would have done it. But I guess then he's 2 for 1ing himself. But still, he still had to ditch that, and now I have a dude in play. I mean, ostensibly he has a removal spell. Yeah. Okay, I still don't want to just run this Shinobi out there. I know maybe I'm making a mistake, right? But I just, you know, if I can get an attack off with a creature, I can ninjutsu that. We still have plenty of turns here. Duress is nice. If he doesn't counter this, we can take his removal spell. Negate. Jeez. I mean, should I be saving up cards to, like, do stuff all in one turn? Would that be better? But then he's really doing the same thing, right? So, not sure how much that helps me. Oh boy, more lands. Alright, so he's finally kind of like catching up here. But God, if this isn't the dirtliest thing I've ever seen in my life. Tom Hippie, you should be ashamed of yourself. Your crime is Durdles. Beyond all reasonable doubt. Aha, mana leak. I can pay for that. Oh God, Chainer's Edict. So now I think I have to play my Shinobi to beat that Edict. He can flashback Forbidden Alchemy, I guess. But then he's in danger of decking himself. Oh, another Edict goes in the bin. So he can kind of like kill it over 2 turns here. Or he's going to Edict and then Edict again. Okay. On the bright side, we won the first game. And he doesn't have enough time to win 2 games. So we might win on the clock here. Because I'm going to make him play this out. There's no reason I shouldn't. Okay. Okay, and this is Flashback Edict. Okay. You got my guy, that's fine. Okay. We've resolved the creature. Not that it matters. Because he's got the other edict in the yard there. And actually, I'll be dead before that kills him. Why on earth would you flashback? I mean, would you do that at this point? You have enough lands, you're just thinning your own deck. I'm wasting time. I would just be rapidly F6ing if I were him. Okay. For a deck that Durdles, he does not manage his time well. Wrench Mind, okay, trade your Wrench Mind for my Swamp, that's fine. He hasn't F7'd yet. Okay. And yeah, I am going to make you play it out. He's wasting so much time. His whole deck is a waste of time. I mean, honestly, I think, you know, he's winning this game, no doubt, but that is the dumbest win condition. Like, you know, if he had cast Benthic Giant, he would have killed me so long ago. Let's Sign in Blood him, and then Duress him. Because he's going to wait and think about this and waste more time. Okay. Let's see what he said. LOL. Okay. Cast Cruise. Go ahead. Alright, so here we go. This is where we're going to lose. But he's got 3 minutes left. So, we're winning the match. A win's a win, right? It doesn't matter if you win with 1 life. Doesn't matter if you win by the clock. Winning's winning, right? Yep. Alright, so probably gonna he wins this one, but maybe he's conceding the match, or is he gonna play it out? Or is he just gonna play it out knowing that? Oh, he's playing it out anyway, it looks like. Oh, no, guess not. Alright, cool. That was fun.